Hello.
I watched a movie.
Girl, I'm about to get the fuck up out of here because
You to have a conversation with me. Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not gonna talk to you like some weak ass bitch either.
Oh.
I was acting. I don't understand that. I can't comprehend that. That must have skipped a couple generations because I don't have that in me.
Oh.
I'm so over it. I know you don't care. That's the talk. Go ahead. Hey, did you just call me a mother? Called you a mother?
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're gonna talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, episode 8. And like I said before, Monica's mom, she don't get no pass, she don't get no slide. At the end of the day, for me, it's very triggering seeing her relationship with her mother because it has traces of my relationship with my dad. But we're gonna talk about it, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
All right, so we open up the episode with Whitney. She's over here she talked to her husband about wanting to meet up with Mary. And to be honest, at the end of the day, I don't see why she is still trying to form this relationship with Mary. Mary already told her that she does not see it for her. She called her little girl bobblehead. So I don't see why Whitney constantly presses the issue. And that's what she does. She does it with Meredith and she does that with Mary. And I just don't know why she constantly pressing the issue. She don't like you. She ain't cool with you. She's not going to be. Just leave it alone. But it was what it was. We see Heather invite Monica over to her house after the whole Angie Easter party, right? And they're talking about everything that went down, just like how Monica feels like her mom didn't have her back. Her mom left her out to dry. And Heather was like, yeah, you know, I noticed that you rushed out with your daughters. And I don't know like what really happened. So I was just concerned. So I just wanted to invite you over because I want to make sure that you're in a good headspace. Obviously, Monica is not, because her mama is over here playing stupid little games. Like, the whole thing about her mother being mad at her, and I'm trying to figure out why is her mother mad at her when her mother didn't have her back, her mother didn't stand by her mother laughed in her face, her mother basically, you knew that she was going back and forth with this other girl. And don't get me wrong, I get that her mother was trying to help out the situation, like trying to calm her down. It's just like, I feel like both parties are toxic, and I don't feel like Monica is a victim in the situation. I just feel like her mother trumps what Monica does. Because to be honest, like I said, we're not gonna skip over the fact that Monica still brought up those rumors. Right. Monica talks about like the backstory growing up, that her father abandoned her. Her mother went to New York to basically work, and it felt like she abandoned her with some other people, her family friends. And her mother actually came out and said that, you know, that was a lie. Monica's not telling the truth. But when she reiterated what she said, she basically said the same thing Monica was saying.
Wanted to chase her dream, so she dropped me off with a family in Pennsylvania and went and lived in New York. My dad.
Just a few details are different. Now, my whole thing is, at the end of the day, here's the thing. As a child, I get that she can feel abandoned, and that is like valid. That's how she felt. We can't change how she felt. But her mom did go away to provide for her daughter. And she said, like, look, I wasn't able to afford to bring her up there. So I get there's certain situations. But I do feel like kids, if that is the case, like, she should have at least explained it. Like, I'm going to try to make it back to see you. I want to make sure I do this, make sure I do that. Obviously, Monica felt abandoned, and that's just what it was. And another thing is that Monica's mom is also talked about, yeah, she wanted us to come on the show. She said it would be so great, this, that, and the third. I mean, that could have been the situation, but I mean, to be honest, like, the stuff that y'all been doing has been triggering. So, I mean, that's just what it is, right? The relationship is toxic. They violate each other, and it's just like, ugh, to watch, right? So we go over to the Barlows, and we see John over here sitting down with Jack, and they're looking at his old mission photos, and we find out that, you know, Jack actually told his dad 2 weeks beforehand, before he told Lisa. And John's just like, yeah, I mean, if Lisa find out, she might try to beat me up, but it's fine. I'm like, I feel like they know how Lisa is. They know that she will jump off the handle, go off to another level. So to avoid her overreacting, they leave details out when it comes to Lisa, right? So John lets us know that, you know, if he never went on his mission, he probably would have never met Lisa. So Lisa's sister brought her like to, I guess they were in Las Vegas, and you know, that's just how they met. You know, I feel like John, within Lisa's relationship with her husband, I feel like he balances her self-absorbedness, because the story that she brought up about the roommate wearing her clothes was truly irrelevant. I was just like, girl, you really just wanted to say something just to say it, right? So we see Heather, Whitney, Monica, and Meredith all go cross-country skiing, and it's a cute little moment. You know, they're all trying to bond. They go to like a little tailgate that Heather planned for all of them, and we learned that Monica has a rental car because they're like, girl, you got a Range Rover, what's going on?
What's going on with the car? You got a new Range Rover. That is a rental. When I had to buy a new car, I pay for everything, but it's in my mom's name. So,
because mind you, everybody knows she broke. That's why she's like, girl, you got a Range Rover. So she's like, no, I had to rent this car because my mother took my car because the car's in her name, and every time I do something that she don't like, she basically takes the car, and basically it hurts me and my kids because now we have no transportation and I have to do this.
And she took my car after Angie's Easter dinner and left me without a car and my 4 kids.
Right? And at the end of the day, I feel like it's a form of control that her mother feels like that's the only thing, or her mother felt disrespected. So she's like, how can I control the situation by taking something away from her to make her feel how I feel, right? But it's petty. And that's why I feel like with Monica, girl, you need to detach from your mother completely. And you have to cut the safety net, because if you do not cut the safety net, your mother will always have some type of leverage over you to always do something to underhanded. Like, you got the car, she can take the car because it's in her name, and if you don't bring it back, then I'm calling the police on you. Girl, I cannot. Whitney basically announced that she's having a 13, her daughter is turning 13, she's having a party for her, so she wants all the girls to come, which segues into Whitney addressing Meredith.
Turns 13. Wow. We're doing a birthday party for her. Please come and bring your families.
And you know about her bringing up the rumors with Angie. Angie's going to be there, so are y'all going to be able to coincide and be cool? So Meredith was like, I ain't got no problem with Angie, but what is funny, you talk about, you know, friendship and this, that, and the third, but when I almost crashed off the cliff and over here died, you didn't say anything. You didn't say anything to me. You didn't reach out to me, and you drove by my car and you knew that happened.
Did her life really flash before her eyes, or did she see an opportunity to throw out something that we can't challenge her about?
So Whitney's like, girl, I didn't know what happened until I looked on Facebook. I looked on like Instagram and saw your dramatic post saying that you almost went off a cliff and you were in a snowbank. So girl, what's going on? So Meredith was like, at the end of the day, we thought we were going off a cliff. My life flashed before my eyes, this, that, and the third. Whitney's whole thing was like, look, Meredith, you always do these dramatic, big, grand things to get out of accountability for the stuff that you do. I get where Whitney's coming from. It makes sense, but the whole accountability thing does not, because Meredith did not bring up that rumor about Angie. Monica did. Meredith alluded to whatever rumor, we don't know, but that's just what it was. Hope we find out the reunion. Meredith was just like, at the end of the day, okay, cool, I see it for what it is. And they basically go to the next. We see a little moment with Angie and her father. It was really cute. Her husband is still basically like, you can tell, I don't know if it's how it was edited, but you can tell that they're not connected. They don't have like that special moment. And I noticed that when he came into the house, he didn't really hug her or kiss her. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I saw that, right? So, So Mary meets Whitney for lunch, and she's on the fence with the relationship because the whole relationship has been up and down. She's just like, girl, we never really been cool like that, so I don't know why we got to sit over here.
How are you? You look pretty.
So beautiful, babe.
Thank you. How you doing?
Surviving this snowstorm.
So while Mary's over here, you know, trying to have small talk with Whitney, the waiter spills something on Mary's lap. She's like, girl, this is a bad sign. Why didn't she spill it on Whitney? She's like, Whitney, girl. She said, you better come with it. So Whitney basically talks about, you know, I apologize for the stuff I said about you, but you have to take accountability for basically sending those nasty texts to me, which made me retaliate.
But Mary, you have to own it too. What do you mean I have to own? I have to own you talking about me? You sent me mean text messages and it hurt me.
Mary's not with it. She's just like, girl, we're not talking about that. At the end of the day, I'm about to go because you're not trying to take accountability for what you said. I might have sent text messages, but you accused me of being a predator. So Mary is over the whole situation, and she calls her a little girl, bobblehead. And Whitney's like, I mean, if we're never going to resolve it if you don't want to just talk about it. She's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm over it, and it is what it is.
No, I'm not doing this with you. You're not wasting you've wasted enough of my time. Mary, please don't do this. Watch me leave. Mary, did you hear? I brought you here.
Mary gets up and she walks out the restaurant. My whole thing with Mary is, yes, I do feel like you have a point where Whitney did come at you about calling you a predator and all these other things. Mind you, one, America was calling you that season 1 and 2. And then next, you still have to take accountability for your actions. Mary thinks that she does not do anything wrong, and she does. And if she would have said, and I'm not telling her to be cool with Whitney, you don't have to, because Whitney's messy as hell. But what she could have said was, yeah, I sent the text messages, I can own that, but you did this. And I could have been cool with that. But Mary did not even want to even claim it, right? So it was what it was. So we head over to, I want to say, the Barlows, right? Lisa's throwing Jack's mission reveal party. She wants him to go somewhere lavish. She's so excited. She is on edge.
Henry, get up here. Why? Henry, come on, because you're the little man.
She has the live stream going. She has the phone on. She's on FaceTime. She's broadcasting it to the whole Utah state. I'm just like, okay, go ahead. So when we see all the kids and the parents in like her living room, you know, her son's about to make the speech. When I tell you, it looks like a fraternity / sorority. If you get it, you get it, right? Jack basically makes his speech and he thanks his parents for being very understanding and accepting, this, that, and the third. And also he reveals that he's going to be doing his 2-year mission in Colombia.
In the Colombia Bogota North Mission.
Lisa's over here freaking out like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh my God, I can't breathe. Oh Jesus. And then do all of that. And then in her confessional talk about, yeah, you know, he might get held at gunpoint, but it's fine. Girl, what?
Not believe he's going to Colombia? He'll probably be held up at gunpoint at least once or twice on his mission.
Oh, I guess. I wouldn't want my child to get held at gunpoint, but who am I, right? At the end of the episode, we see Monica meet her mother out for dinner, and they sit down. And when Monica comes in and sit down, first of all, she's driving a new car, but to each his own. I think her mama gave the car back, maybe. But when she comes in to sit down, her mother is already crying.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hello.
And to be honest, if I was Monica, I wouldn't give a damn about her crying. I'm like, okay, you crying, but you didn't care about me while I was crying. You was laughing in my face. So it's like you embarrassed me in front of a house full of people. You over here co-signed what the girl was saying about me, your daughter, and then you took the car away from me, and you think I'm supposed to give you some type of pity because you're my parent. The thing about the mother is the mother's like, I'm your parent. You have to respect me. Respect is earned across the board. I don't have to respect you. For me, if it's me, I give my parents respect just because that's just how I want to give my parents respect. But there is a line that I don't let them cross.
In me to apologize to someone I've never met before for my child. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this.
Like, I'm never going to cuss at my parents like how Monica does. I feel like Monica is wildin'. She be like, fuck this, da shit, bitch. I'm like, damn. But I do feel like that's the relationship that they have set up. They have the relationship set up to be disrespectful to one another. And to be honest, like Monica said, you wasn't really there. Like, you were in and out of my life when I was a kid. So why should I over here give you unconditional respect when you weren't even there for me out the gate? I felt abandoned, and I do think they need to go to therapy. But is the relationship worth it to go to therapy is the question. Her mother is over here trying to do all these guilt trips and try to use this tears and try to say, well, Monica, you wanted Angie, you try to calm Angie down in Palm Springs. That's what I was trying to do to you. Like, regardless of the fact, you try to calm her down, but then you still threw it in her face, everything else at the end. So Monica was really just paying her mama dust half the time. Her mama's talking about, her mother started talking a little reckless, and she was like, please do not talk to me like that. And her mom was like, I'm not going to talk to you like I'm a weak ass bitch. I'm like, what?
Asking you to have a conversation with me. Don't talk to me like that. I'm not going to talk to you like some weak ass bitch either.
It is crazy. Like I said, it's triggering because my dad was the way he talks sometimes can be very aggressive, and he's very passionate, and I don't want people to think that my dad was just like this devil, evil person. He was not. My dad was very charismatic. He was cool. He was funny, but there was a side that flipped every time he get angry, and it was just too aggressive, and it reminds me of Monica's mom. I'm just like, the difference between Monica and her relationship with her mama is that she's continuing to be in a relationship with her mother. I'm choosing to set a boundary by not giving my parent access to me. Monica does not do that. Monica let her mother cross the boundary, and to be honest, Monica crossed boundaries with her too. There's no clear boundaries set, and they disrespect each other constantly. Her mother calls her a motherfucker, and she's like, "Did you just call me a motherfucker?" Yeah, she did.
I'm so over it. I know you don't care. That's the talk. Go ahead. Hey, did you just call me a mother? Called you a mother?
And it's just disrespectful across the board for both of them. I understand Monica more, but I mean, you have to hold each other accountable, right? At the end of the day, Monica basically tells her mom, like, you know, you don't support me. It's been like this for years. It's toxic. You don't want to take accountability for anything that you do, and I'm just over it. So I do think that they need therapy, but I do think that Monica needs to 100% cut off the safety net with her mother, because there's no clear boundaries, and her mother doesn't treat her like an adult. Her mother still treats her like a child, and that's the problem. Like, you still have, and don't get me wrong, I get that Monica went through hard times, and that's why she has her mother's her mother has her name for the car, for the leases, everything. I get that. But that's another tactic that her mama used to hold over her head. Like, if you don't do what I tell you to do, I'm going to take your car. And Monica is almost 40 years old. What? Like, for me, at the first inconvenience when I was 18, and at the first inconvenience my mother did something like that, cut off. Like, like, not cut off, but I made sure that all my stuff was under me, and nobody could ever say that the reason why you got something is because of me. No. So I made it my business to make sure I was 100% independent for myself, because I hate that dearly. And Monica's got to do something. Her mother is crazy.
It's pretty disgusting. I wish I could say that was the first time that had happened, or that wasn't normal, but that's very on par.
But her mother's constantly going on social media, dogging her out to this day still. They're going to have to do something, because it's toxic as fuck. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a jolly, break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This American all I really ask you for. Now I got to go. Got